Good afternoon, this is Rob at Next Truck Sales, and I want to introduce you to our 2006 Kenworth W900. This is a B hood, the short hood. It's got the big studio sleeper. Now it's been sitting here for a couple of days, and I intentionally am doing the video this way. I'm going to do two videos. Number one is going to be just to start the engine up. Let's hear how it sounds after having sat for a couple of days and see what it does. It's been sitting here for at least a couple of days. I haven't touched it. Fire it up. Let's have a listen. Then I'm going to get it warm. I'm going to come back and I'm going to take the oil filler cap off, and we'll see how much blow-by is coming out of it. This thing had a rebuild about 250,000 miles ago. It was not a platinum kit, it was a gold kit, which includes liners, pistons, rings, and a cylinder head. I think the difference between a platinum and a gold is the turbo. So let's have a listen. This turbo's already been changed. It's been changed from a twin turbo to a single turbo. So we'll let this truck go by so we can have a good listen, and then I'm going to fire this thing up, and then I'll take it outside. I'll pull it out in the sunlight where you can see it a little better and have a better listen. So here we go. Nice. I like it. Okay, so all of these gauges are digital. This is a one-owner truck since new. The customer's retired. This was his livelihood for the last 15 years. So if you look here, you're going to see everything is in Fahrenheit, pressure, temperatures. Okay, so I'm going to pull it out where you can get a better look at it. I like the fact that it's been sitting for a couple of days and the air pressure is built up as well. Okay, so we'll pull it out here in the sunlight. We're in a dusty, unpaved yard, so unfortunately, even though the truck is black, anybody knows if you own a black truck, they're dusty. I'm going to shut it down so you can hear me talk. We're going to come back to this thing once I've got it warmed up. What's our water temperature right now? Pyro's 186. Outside temp 64. Water temp. Where's our water temp? I'm looking for it. Sorry. Water temp is low. Okay, I'm going to shut this down and have a good look-see at this thing. Take you around, and then once I get it hot, I'll come back to it. Okay, so it started out as a C15 475 ACERT. It is no longer a 475 ACERT. It's been converted to a twin turbo. Your VIN 986717. Now, I'll tell you what I know about the truck from speaking to the previous owner. Okay, so there was a decal on here which has been removed. The hood had to be repainted. He blew a tire and it took out the fender. Okay, so if you look here, you can kind of see the paint line there. We had to do some paint work on the fenders. Let me pop this up, and you know what? I'm gonna have to use two hands, so give me 1 second. Actually a lot better than the long hood, that's for sure. Okay, so we got really good Michelin. What are these? Michelin X-Line Energies. And they're probably, man, they're like 95%. Okay, this is a single turbo. This turbo came as part of the Bully Dog kit. When this thing was converted from twin to single turbo, that turbo came from Bully Dog. It has a Bully Dog now, and it's set at 650. Okay, I'll give you a look around under the hood here. Okay. I'm gonna fire it up in a minute, but right now I just want you to be able to hear me talk. We've got Road King shocks. They look to be decent. There's a little bit of weepage here, if you look. Okay, cat filters on there. Let's see how much, it's not leaking. Usually these are pretty good for leaking. The oil on that hose protector is from the filter being changed out. Okay, you can see here we've got some storage under the battery box. What we got going in here? Oh, we got some load straps and such. Lots of goodies in there. I'll leave it like that for now. Okay, so you can get a pretty good look at the paint. It's in decent shape. It's not perfect. There is some, you know, you can see a little bit of corrosion here and there. But overall, it's decent. And there's some dust here too. You can see, like, that's dust because we're in a unpaved yard and there's a lot of truck traffic here. And even if you look here, you can see there's a little bit of a line from where there was a decal again, and we polished that out. Nice big 7-inch pipes. Okay, and this silver paint up here, that little spot, we tried to polish it and it looked worse, so we stopped. It's not going to polish out. It's just faded silver. That's locked. I'm not going to bother going in there. Our fuel tanks are wrapped. So this is a stainless wrap on the outside because I can see we've got skin. Okay, you've got your chicken lights on the bottom. Now this APU, I've had some questions about this. This was an APU offered by the cat distributor here in Canada. When they decided to stop offering it, they transferred the distributorship to one of our local repair shops, and they installed it. So parts are available in good respect to the air conditioning parts. The engine is a Kubota, so no problem getting parts for that. And there's some standard parts on this. The only issue might be wiring. If you ever had to get into a circuit board or something along those lines, you might be forced to convert it to some other brand of circuit board. But for now, the unit's not functioning. I spoke to the previous owner. Apparently he had a drive shaft issue. I don't know what happened, but it damaged the condenser. So we're looking at having to put a new condenser on it to make it functional again. 24/5 rubber. You can see we got the moon caps, and these are virgins, and they are Michelin XDN2 open shoulder. These are good for traction and good for snow. And these are probably 80% tread, if not better. Okay, we've got fifth wheel ramps. You can see that, they're welded on. Okay, the frame is in decent shape. 40-pound rear. Okay, it's not new, but it's not all beat up and wore out either. Kenworth 8-bag AG 460 suspension. Double hoop fenders. Okay, we've got a Holland FW35 fifth wheel, and it's got about an 18-inch slider on it, 24-inch slider. It looks like it was rebuilt fairly recently. I can tell by the jam nut on the end, and it looks like it's set at, so I'll have to double check the measurement. It might be slightly higher than 7.5 inches. It might be 8.5 inches. Okay, we've got a toolbox in here. We'll have a boo in here. Give me just a minute. Okay, so we've got kind of nothing in here, some leftover stuff. This did have a headache rack on it, which has since been removed. Okay, that's why we've got the pogo stick for the airlines, because they were previously mounted onto the headache rack. Okay, got a little bit of wear on the back of the cab there, where it looks like maybe the headache rack was bumping up against the cab. Okay, we've got halogen spot lamps. I thought they were LED, but they're not. And then we've got the studio sleeper, right? Oh, I'll just show you a little bit of, looks like he's done some kind of a repair here. I don't think this is a factory bracket, although he's done a nice job of it. This little stainless steel thing, I don't think that's the factory Kenworth bracket, but it holds it in nice. These are famous for splitting, so looks like he's shorted up with a couple of extra washers. Okay, we've got miniature lights here when you want to fill your fuel. That's how you're going to get in there. Looks like we got a fuel tank lock. Okay. Again, geez, that might be an 8-inch. That's a pretty big pipe. I'm just looking at it now. Okay, come around to this side. We've got jump start posts. Okay, again, more cat filters. We'd like to see that. Okay, we got no major leaks going on here from what I can tell. Let's have a look down here. Okay, I like seeing grease fittings on the suspension bushings, and this engine looks pretty dry to me, which is good. Again, it had a gold kit done 250,000 kilometers ago. Okay, we got maybe a little bit of weepage there at the steering box. We'll have to get that checked for DOT and make sure that's not an active leak. Could be an old leak that wasn't cleaned off, but we'll double check that and make sure. But again, we don't do any of this type of work until we've got the truck sold. Okay, there's your full VIN. I'm not sure if you can see that. You'll want to press pause. Okay, we've got a heated seat, leather, Kenworth. Okay, give you a good look. It's in good shape. Not a ton of wear. A little bit of wear there, but not bad at all. I'd say 7 out of 10 condition. Okay. Looks like the Cruise and Jake are steering wheel mounted, and whether or not you even be able to get a replacement steering wheel, if that's important to you, would be tricky, but we'll give that a shot in a minute. So let's see what we got. So 724,000 kilometers. That's rolled over one, so it's 1,724,000 kilometers, which is about 1.1, not quite 1.1 miles. Okay, and if you look there, you'll see on this gauge, if you're watching this video and you're in the US, you're looking at the yellow, not the white. So let me fire this up again. Okay, we've got a Webasto engine heater, so that'll heat your coolant. There's a timer for that. Okay, we got a couple of upgraded bits and pieces as far as chrome goes. What do we got? Clearance lights, headlights, parking lights, fog lights, tons of switches here. Let's see if we can get the cruise going on. I'm gonna guess and say cruise is here. Let's see. There's no cruise on the dash, so I'm gonna have to figure this out. Oh, that's a headlight. That flashes the headlights. Resume, I think that says resume. I'm gonna come back to this in a minute. I might have to go on the internet and look up one of the buttons, what the buttons mean. We've got a couple of mounts. If you look at that, my phone has a magnet in it. I can take my phone and it sticks on there. I got another one here. It'll stick on. So he's got a couple of sticky spots for your phone. We've got a differential lock, a kingpin release, and air suspension dump. Air conditioning is here. Let's give it a shot. It's cold. Overall decent. There is some wear and tear. You can see it's not absolutely perfect. It is a 15-year-old truck though. We've got a CB. Power windows are up here. That's a curious spot to put them, but man, there's so many switches on the dash. I guess there's no space to put power window switches. The passenger seat, it's in decent shape. It's looks pretty damn near new. A little bit of wear on the piping, but other than that, it's excellent condition. Let's come back in the sleeper here. And there's a lot of lights. We got a big foam mattress. We're likely going to replace that with a brand new one. I think this is the customer's previous mattress, and we don't sell trucks with used mattresses, so we'll come back at this. This is the kit that's in the engine right now as far as the software goes to operate the engine, plus the turbo. We got a couple of leftover bits and pieces here we're probably going to have to pull out. And we got some leftover buttons. Look at this. This is cute. These are the buttons for the button tuck for the VIT interior. So when you look at all those little buttons that I guess fall out, You've got replacement buttons. Looks like you got a lifetime supply. Now we've got these cupboards up here which are interesting. When I was driving, they were kind of rattling. We do have a second bed that we can get, but it's just, they're a little bit loose. I think we're gonna have to get them reattached. I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna secure. I'll talk to my mechanic. We'll come up with a plan, because to me, that's not really, it's a borderline safety issue, besides the fact it's annoying as hell when you're driving down the road. We've got a microwave. We've got tons of space in there. If you look here, this is the 86-inch studio, so you can see I've literally got, there's at least 3 feet here, between maybe 4. When we go from the back of here to the front of the bed, there's got to be a full 4 feet here. Okay, and we got some mood lighting. I'm not sure where we turn all that on. We've got a flat screen television mount. We've got some other kind of a television mount up here. And remember, this guy owned this truck for 15 years, so you know you're going to expect a lot of custom things that have been done to the truck. We've got an S-bar bunk heater. We've got, looks like shore power or receptacles there, because we've got a an inverter. We've got some drawers. Let's see if I can get them open. So we've got, that one's in decent shape. We got a seat belt in the way. That's kind of annoying. That would have to get tucked out of the way. We've got another drawer here. Oops. Easy to balance. You've got your step to go up to the second bed. We got more storage in here. Okay, we've got a couple of hang on, I'm gonna just shut this. We got a couple skylights. They're not cracked, which is pretty typical for skylights on any truck to pick up a stone chip. We've got more cupboards in here. I don't know what that is. LED bulbs. Throw them over there. We've got a refrigerator. Okay. It comes complimentary with a 2005 Fergus Truck Show Appreciation Award. I don't even think there is a Fergus Truck Show anymore. Shut that down. So I'll give you a good look over here in the truck. Certainly clean. He did smoke, so I'm a non-smoker. I'm gonna say it doesn't smell horrible, but it's not completely without any smoke smell at all. You can look at some of the fabric here. It's not entirely gray color anymore. It's got a little bit of yellowing from nicotine, so that is unfortunately part of this truck, and I'm sure you can clean it even better, but it's not absolutely super smoke free. It looks like we've got a second inverter here, so we've got 2 inverters. I'm not sure what we're running, but there's 2 inverters. We've got a custom gear shifter handle and a custom gear shifter base. Let's see here. So our water temp's 101, so we want to get that temperature up. I'm going to rev it up a bit. Just show you. So we got low turbo boost, charging well. Oil temp is still cold. Okay, our fan just kicked out. This has got some pretty cool gauges, trans temp. Everything here is coming up in Fahrenheit, which is pretty slick. You just figure out how to get the cruise on, and then I can walk outside. I really do want to get this warmed up. City horn is here, and your highway horn. That sounds pretty good. We got tons of lights. Looks like they've all been converted to LED. Okay. And we've got some chrome speaker mounts as well. Just chrome speaker covers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to power off this video. I'm going to get it good and warm. I'll get it up to operating temperature. I'll figure out how to do the cruise, and then I'll come back and I'll do a video with the oil filler cap off so we can see what kind of blow-by is coming out of this. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.